Do you want to fight a skeleton? If you'd like to battle a dungeon full of skeletons, I have 2 free games you need to check out now. And if you like dope games and free dope games, then hit that subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss any of our gameplay reviews and especially recommendations during Stone Toaster Gaming's Summer of Free Games. Now, I'm not really the Dungeons and Dragons type. I tend to go for sci-fi over fantasy, but every now and then, we all need to head down into a dark, nightmare-laden dungeon and fight some enchanted skeletons, am I right? If you want to battle the undead skeleton armies, then I found 2 games available for free that you can play now on the Oculus Quest. The first is called Archery VR Survival, and it's super simple. The description on SideQuest says, just you, your bow, and a bunch of really angry skeletons. Let's see how long you can survive. And that's all you need to know. You're in a dark dungeon with only your bow and arrows, and wave after wave of skeletons surround and attack you. But they're pretty polite and generally take turns. To survive, you shoot them with arrows. That's kind of all you need to know. Now, the mechanics need some work. The bow is sometimes awkward to hold and the movement is limited and frustrating. It's hard to know where you need to shoot a skeleton in order to kill it, seeing as it's already been dead for a while. So, I lost the fun in this game pretty quick. But I tried it a few more times and I started to get the hang of it, and I managed to survive a few more waves. Even so, I was not finding a lot of reason to stay invested in this game until, and I think this says a lot about me, one of the skeletons came out, not with a sword, but with a giant rubber chicken. So, that kept me in the game for a while longer. I mean, I couldn't just stop playing a game that had skeletons attacking me with giant rubber chickens, right? Right? Alright, it's not a great game, but it might be worth checking out, and it's free! So whatever you think of it, you got your money's worth. The second game is similar in the fact that you're fighting skeletons in a dungeon, but that is only the beginning of Battle Talent, Fighter Training Simulator. I heard about Battle Talent because of a review done over at BMF, a great Oculus Quest gaming channel. And again, even though I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons kind of guy and I don't like horror games, I have learned to love this game. Unlike the previous, this game has a lot of rooms and hallways to explore, either as wave fighting or as a maze adventure. Also, there's a sandbox battle simulator, so it's like having 3 cool games in one. There are a lot more weapons in this game. Bow and arrow is included, but also throwing knives, several kinds of swords, a mace club, spear, and even, weirdly, a handgun. Not sure why they included the handgun, but I love it! And the enemies do include several kinds of skeletons with different armor and attacks, but also goblins and elves. Evil elves, not the pretty Lord of the Rings kind. So the army of enemies is pretty diverse, which varies up the gameplay very nicely. The locations have different features, like walls or pits or spikes, and other traps that can work against you and your enemies, which means you can figure out how to use them against your enemies. There are power-ups and special weapons. You get to take weapons off your opponents and use them. Your weapons can suffer damage and eventually break, so you have to be strategic about their use, and there's even the ability to turn the gore up or down so you can go from blood spray to soothing pink glow, as if your enemies are made of magical cotton candy. For a free game, this has a lot of amazing features. It is really well designed. I love the mechanics, especially the physics. The enemies have some weight, but you can knock them into the air if you know how. And once you knock a skeleton's head off, you can roll it down the hallway like an oversized golf ball. Haha! It's totally not my style, but it's so good that I can't not love this game, and I recommend you check it out via the link in the description. Again, both of these games are free right now, so dive into the summer of free games. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. Game on, my friends, and I will see you in the future on Stone Toaster Gaming.